This is the Blokees Transformers Model Kit Action Edition G1 Megatron. Man, this thing is huge. Nice packaging. So it's wrapped in this plastic, so really protected. Got lots of features. You got the chair, the throne, Laserbeak, got his ion cannon. Really looking good. I've heard a lot of great things about this figure. I don't have the Optimus Prime Action Edition figure. That was their first release. If I do end up liking this figure, I'm gonna have to hunt that down online. That thing is has gone down in price though. But this one I picked up from my local Toys R Us store for about 2,200 Philippine pesos, or about $37, which is actually a good price since online, if you go on Shopee or AliExpress, it's going for about 42, 45 bucks. So yeah, I thought it was a good price. I cannot wait to build this guy. Let's get him out of packaging and fully assembled. And here is the Action Edition Megatron out of the packaging and fully assembled. Man, this figure is amazing. I thought it felt like a masterpiece figure. It's got tons of details, fantastic articulation, and a bunch of accessories that really make this figure an amazing build and a fun figure to play and pose around with. Let's take a close look at the details of this new Blokees Transformers Action Edition Megatron. Here are all the pertinent pieces to be used for this figure. Obviously, we have the figure right here. We're going to go in depth in the details of this figure later on. He's got Laserbeak, which I'll show off later as well. He's got Kremzeek. If you watch that episode, this is like a Electro Spark Energizer Bunny, kind of annoying character on the show. He did appear once or twice, I think, only. And then we have the throne, the Decepticon throne, which is akin to what we've seen with the Coronation Starscream, as well as the Takara Dramatic Capture Series Nemesis Bridge Megatron. It's a shame I no longer have the Takara thrones or Hasbro throne. I wish we could compare them to this one, but if I do get those, I will make sure to compare it to this one because it just looks so identical to this one, even the size, the color. So my apologies for not having that. Okay, he does come with his laser sword, which he used like once, I think. Okay, he does come with that weird looking pistol that he found on the ground while he was battling Optimus in that 1986 Transformers the movie, which is very accurate, pretty masterpiece like, having all these accessories. He also comes with his Energon mace, or Morning Star, or ball and chain. Energon mace, I would say. It does have hinges, so you can articulate this thing, although I don't know, not a big fan of this very stiff mace, but it does look great. The clear plastic, brilliant, absolutely remarkable, better than anything Hasbro ever did. Okay, then he does come with a camera. I guess this would have to be Reflector. Based on the details, the way it looks, this is Reflector, who has mass shifted themselves. There are 3 robots that transform, combined to form a camera, which he can hold. And then he's got some alternate parts, alternate pieces, starting with the alternate faces. It is an absolute pain to just replace these pieces because Blokees were meant not to be disassembled once you assemble them. The nonchalant poker face, the laughing face, Prime, and then what my favorite is, this is probably my favorite out of all the 3, the angry face. This is how we always pictured Megatron. I mean, that's how I always pictured Megatron. Every time he's on the show, he's always angry at the Decepticons for not beating the Autobots, angry at Prime for always winning. So, and when he's blasting or is fighting, that's his game face. So I think that is the best face for this set. I mean, the poker face is not bad as well, but there's just very little you can do with the poker face. With the angry face, you can do so much dynamic poses. That's why I have that one on. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll try and show how to replace it, but it is an absolute nightmare to do it. Now, the set also includes a magnetic switch, which is in the this is the Decepticon faction symbol on the base, and this one activates the light up gimmick. If I can just show you guys, if you sort of wave this thing near the chest, it should light up the eyes and the Decepticon faction symbol. It's a shame that the light doesn't reach the abs. It'd be nice if these clear bits would also be illuminated. They turn off automatically after a minute or so, but you can turn it off by waving the Decepticon badge or faction symbol over again. It's like magnetic. There's a magnetic switch. There's a switch that's activated when the magnet comes near it and turns it off once you put it on. That's pretty cool, actually. That's what I think YOLO Park's been doing as well with their Pro Series. Then Laserbeak comes with alternate legs, which again you can replace by removing everything and replacing the legs so that he doesn't have the peg. But I do prefer him with the peg, so you can always find a way to rest him and peg him somewhere. These are just, I guess, for aesthetics, if you want to put him on the base or on the stand. Speaking of the stand, I thought this was a very remarkable flight stand. It's got some ratcheting joints here and there in the claw. And if you wanted to put Laserbeak on it, you can remove the claw and you can put this attachment right here. And you can have Laserbeak mounted on that flight stand, which it's cool. I know if you want Laserbeak flying beside Megatron, that's pretty cool. But I thought that was unnecessary because Laserbeak is always perched on Megatron's arm or in Laserbeak's chest. Oh, not Laserbeak, Soundwave's chest. So don't really know why you want to display Laserbeak flying, but there is that option if you want to. Now there is the claw, which is there's this rubberized plastic here, no springs. I thought that was pretty cool too. This claw would be used to hold any figure, not just Megatron, any Action Edition figure. And then finally, we've got these replacement forearm panels. If you want Megatron without the peg hole on his forearm, that is possible too. It's just a little bit difficult to do so because, like I said earlier, when you assemble the Blokees figures, normally they stay assembled. You don't really want to take them off. So yes, that is an option. You can just mount the not this. There's specific ones for it. This one, that one for the other arm. You can mount it and there you go. He'd be a clean forearm. That's also well and good, but be nice if you have Laserbeak perched on him when you display him. But I guess when you're having him posted Optimus Prime, you probably want a cleaner forearm, okay? And that's about it for the accessories. So yeah, very, very cool set of accessories. There's so much playability that you can go and do with this figure just on the accessories alone. Now, if you want to replace the face, I was kind of hoping I didn't have to do this. You can pop out the head, and what you do is you need to remove everything. You need to remove the forehead, you need to remove his mullet or the back part of, it is a nail breaker. You need to remove this part right here, and then you need to remove both these panels here on the sides. And then once you've done that, if you're able to do that without breaking a nail, you need to remove the face, which is just ridiculously impossible to remove without a tool. So the face you should be able to just flick this face. You can just go ahead and replace with whatever face you want. But I stuck this on rather tightly, so my apologies for not being able to do so. And then what you need to do is just go ahead and replace the side parts right here. It is a cumbersome thing. I wish there was an easier way to do it without actually disassembling the head, because it just discourages, collectors from or enthusiasts from just doing and replacing. So I'm happy with the angry face. I think that's my Megatron face for this figure, and yeah, pretty cool with it. So yeah, you see the light through it. Yeah, pretty cool. Prime. So let's talk about the figure in general. Here he is seated on his throne. As you can see, he is having the most difficult time on the throne because I think the throne is just way too short. If you put his legs up like this, he's just not sitting flush. The backpack's not making it easier. It's just hindering everything, and it's a shame because from the torso up, from the waist up, he fits perfectly on the throne. But if you want him to sit flush on the throne, you'll have to kick back his legs. You'll have to just like lounge on a grandfather chair and all that. So it is a shame. I wish they could have measured the throne a little bit, just by half a centimeter or a centimeter taller. That would have solved their problems. Needless to say, it is still an amazing sculpted throne. I guess it should work on any other Hasbro Megatron figure that you might have in your collection. Now, I thought this was a brilliant sculpt. It is amazing. It is bordering on a masterpiece level Transformers. That doesn't transform, obviously. It's all the details are just incredible. Every bit, every inch of this figure has something sculpted or molded in. I am loving it. I love the fusion cannon. Look at this. It's big enough. It's huge. It is so G1 style. And they've added a little bit of a feature here. Not entirely sure if it was part of G1. I don't think so, but Blokees has taken some liberties to add this feature. It opens up as though it would prepare for a bigger shot. And then you can obviously push back on the scope and it would close that barrel. So interesting that they added that. Didn't have to do that, but I'm glad they did. Okay, I've already showed up the light up feature. And without the lights, the faction symbol does seem a little bit bland. It does feel like it's black because it's made of clear purple plastic and it just doesn't come through without that the light. So okay, we'll put the light. Okay, yeah, okay, that works. He's got really nice silver paint on the plastic. I love the black and gunmetal gray details that they've put on him. Down to the back part, the side parts, everything about this has the G1 details, including this bit right here. The actual toy had this panel right here because you can combine his legs to form the handle of the gun. You got the gun barrel right here on his back, which you can actually remove, and you can actually mount in front here, which never happens on the show, so I'm not going to do it. As far as articulation goes, just amazing. You've seen the ball joint on the neck. There's a double ball joint up top, ball joint at the bottom. It's got a waist swivel. The shoulders are on hinges, allow you to move the arms up, and there's another hinge right here to give you that extra outward motion for the arm. There's a bicep swivel, hinge elbow. The wrists are on ball joints, and each of the fingers is articulated. The thumb has double joints. There's a ball joint here and a hinge, and each of these digits is a hinge. Can you believe it? So you can actually get him in a close gripping fist right here, or you can have him pointing, or just have him splayed out and just, you know, reaching out. So very nice. It does make his hand look a little bit big when it's not clenched into a fist. So that's the only thing. But yeah, lots of possibilities with that hand. And the hand does have that peg, which you can use to clip on the various weapons with the gun, or if you want, with his lightsaber or laser sword. That works too. The hands easily pop off, so you can replace it with the chain mace. So yeah, very cool. All right, onto the hips. The hips can go in and out on a hinge. They go kick forward, backward. You got to move the skirts up, kick forward, backward. Interesting that these skirts are also on ball joints. Kind of annoying at times. There is a thigh swivel. Hinge knees that are double hinges. Very cool. I think the elbows are also double hinges, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And you've got the rocker tilt, toe articulation, and up and down motion. So very nice. Great articulation on this figure. Get him in a lot of decent poses. The paint apps, the details, the sculpting on this figure, just absolutely remarkable. And like I said, it is already bordering on a masterpiece figure. Unfortunately, it does not transform, so I doubt we'll be able to use that category for this figure. One last feature I forgot to mention about this figure's legs. They've got panels that slide up. Not entirely sure what this is for. They just revealed some hidden sculpting in there. At times I found it a little bit annoying because every time I try to replace them, they don't really sit as flush as I want them to. I think it was unnecessary, but Blokees decided to take some liberties in doing that. Not entirely sure why they did that, but I thought that was an unnecessary feature. But nevertheless, it still made the figure look cool. So it's a great looking figure. As a Action Master masterpiece figure, this figure deserves a 10 out of 10. I am loving it. And because I love this figure, I might just have to track down that Action Edition Blokees Optimus Prime figure, because Megatron can't sit on the shelf alone. You've got to have Optimus. If you're into these sort of masterpiece type builds for Transformers, and you're okay with non-transforming Transformers, this is an absolute must-have. For all you Megatron fans, this is probably the most G1 looking Megatron figure we've had in a long time. Sure, we've had the Masterpiece Megatron, but that thing's just super pricey. This one will set you back $35 to $40. I think that's a fair price for this one. It's a whole lot of fun. You got light up features, tons of accessories, great articulation, and most of all, the fantastic detail and accuracy to the G1 peg for the Megatron character. I love it. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Blokees Transformers Action Edition Megatron. This is figure number 2 for the series. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.